YouTube. So I wanted to do a video uh, on pride in what you do. And if any company you work for, you need to have pride in who you work for, especially driving a truck. If you don't feel like that company supports you as a driver and you don't have pride working for that company, uh, or in the equipment that you're pulling for that company, then you're never going to be happy. And that's one thing that I really like about where I'm working is I have a lot of pride in who I work for because they have a lot of pride in me. They have a lot of pride in their equipment. They want good equipment. They want equipment to look good, and as far as I'm concerned, as a company driver looking at a lot of the other companies down here in the Odessa, Midland, in the Permian Basin period, um, it's hard to top what Brady offers as far as equipment goes. I've been fortunate uh, to come work for a company where the owner still works in a truck. The owner of this company gets in a truck almost every day and is doing something in a semi truck, whether it's oversized or pulling equipment back up to Vernal or down here or moving silos or hauling a load of sand. Um, it's hard to beat working for a guy like that. And so I have a lot of pride, and I always have, in making sure what I'm driving looks good. What How people perceive the company based off of how I look and how my equipment looks. How my truck looks. And Brady's got a guy that comes in here and washes trucks. I think it's like every 14 days. Like, he'll do it, and then you have to wait at least 14 days before you can have it done again. Which means doing what we do, this stuff can get pretty dirty pretty quick. That being said, I've had a couple days off, so I took the time to wash the truck myself. Uh, Again, the wash guy done it, and he done a good job. But then I decided there were some things I wanted to do to kind of make things look a little better. So I took the time to do that, and that's what I'm going to show you. Before I show you, I want to give a shout out to Eaton Towing for the hat. They're From what I understand, they've done some towing for us in North Dakota, and now they got some equipment down here. They stopped by the other day, and I got to meet him and Isaac, I believe his name was. But I got to meet him. Brought me and our shop foreman and another guy a hat. I really like the hat. It's actually a really kick-ass hat. I like the colors, and it covers up this head. Um, takes a little bit of the ugly away for you guys. So we're gonna get out of the truck, and I'm gonna flip the camera around, and we'll just walk back so you can see what all we done here. All right, hey, there's our shop. So this is my truck. It's a 2012 Peterbilt 389. I polished out the wheels. We did a little blue paint on the truck just to kind of, make them stand out. Walk back through, obviously, polished out my tanks, polished out the wheels again. Then you got, I'm going to step back here so you can kind of get a better view. It's a brand new trailer. I did not paint the trailer. I've got tomorrow off, and the only reason I haven't yet is if you look, it looks like it's going to rain. So I kind of need to back the trailer in the shop to be able to paint them. And the guys are not, it's definitely going to rain. That was lightning. but the shop guys are not here, so I don't have access to the shop. But brand new trailer, I can unload that trailer in about 40 to 45 minutes. Polished up. We got the Michelin Next Works. Polished up this tank. Now this tank was in real bad shape. I actually had to use a half a bottle of polish just to get that one to shine out, and it's still not as shiny as I want it. So I'm waiting to see what the weather does before I, shine that one up. But 2012, this one's a flat top. This truck has a 500 Cummins in it, 18 speed. Obviously, I mean, you can see I got my got my windows covered up because it gets damn hot in there. Big herd bumpers, and we got herd bumpers on everything. That's 1570, or I'm sorry, that's 1750. I got 1570. This is 2500. This truck's in great shape. This guy just went home for a couple days, so he parked it over here so the guy could wash it. So this will be all washed up, nice and clean, and looking good for him when he comes back. This has also got the leather interior and an 18 speed in it. These trailers are for sale, I believe. So, hey, if anyone's looking for a pneumatic trailer, bulk pneumatic, give Brady a call. Down here in Odessa, I think they got 4, 5, 6 of them for sale. I take a little bit more pride in my equipment than some guys do. Some guys don't want to put that kind of effort in. I do. I just, what can I say? I had the time, and it was bugging me that the tanks weren't shiny, and it was bugging me that the wheels were looking a little cruddy. So I done them up. Uh, for me, I mean, they really do take pride and make sure that we have good equipment. I mean, there's a whole other lot back here full of these brand new trailers that they're literally, the shop's getting 4 to 8 of them done a week and into the fleet. Let me flip this around one more time. If you, kind of hard to see, but there's a new one. There's a couple new ones up through there. There's one real shiny one that guy just got. I think that's Jim. He's one of the driver trainers. Super nice guy, super knowledgeable guy. So equipment and wants to make good equipment. I mean, kind of the way to go. And there's numerous companies down here that, but I haven't found one in my offered. And well, honestly, just treats us right. So, check them out. Like I said, that's hard to beat. There's 1 or 2 other flat tops in the fleet, but I got the only gray one. And I take the time to make sure the stuff looks good. So, I just wanted to pass that along, that Brady does take pride in the equipment that they're giving drivers, and it just so happens I take pride in what I drive and who I'm driving for. So I took the time to make sure the equipment they're letting me use looks good going down the road. I've always felt like you could tell a lot by a company by the way they keep their equipment, and you could tell a lot by a driver by the way he kept his equipment. And I always keep my equipment clean. I try to keep everything polished out so it looks nice. And there's a couple reasons for that. I don't want it to just run and look good mechanically. I want it to run and look good anytime. If DOT pulls pulls me into a scale, the likelihood of me getting an inspection is a little less because my equipment's clean. You know, my stuff looks good. When they look at my paperwork, it's all in order. At that point, I'm not likely to catch an inspection, because if I'm willing to put that kind of effort into my truck and in making sure my paperwork is squared away, the likelihood of them finding something wrong under the hood or under that chassis is slim. And I've even, I've had one of the mechanics ask me why I'm, laying on my back under the truck. It's because I'm checking for leaks. I go a little bit further than most people. I just want to make sure I'm not going to have something break on me out in the field if I can prevent it before I leave. So I have pride in what I do. I'm a truck driver, and I wasn't trained by, when I started driving, I wasn't trained by some of these new age drivers that are more steering wheel holders than drivers. I was trained by people like Mr. Brady, that had been doing it for a lot of years. They were old school drivers. They taught you how to be a truck driver, not a steering wheel holder. So that's what I do. Because of that, I take a lot of pride in what I do. Truck drivers, us, any truck driver in America, even the new ones, the steering wheel holders, America stops without us, guys and gals. Um, you know, I work in the oil industry, oil and gas industry. So, without us hauling sand out there, they can't frack. They can't frack. They can't get the oil out of the ground, which means no gasoline, no diesel. You know, we do a really hard job, and we stay away from our families for a long time, sometimes months at a time, and that's our choosing to do the job we do. And for a lot of us, it's because we love driving a truck. I love to drive a truck, and we take pride in what we do. So I just wanted to make sure my stuff looked good, and I wanted to pass that on to YouTube and to any other drivers that want to see it. Guys, take pride in what you do. There's no sense in being miserable trying to make a living for yourself and your family. If you don't have pride in who you work for, they're not treating you right. You need to go somewhere else. You need to find a company that's going to treat you right. And for me, that company was. Um, I don't know what else to say as far as that goes. I mean, they treat me right. So, guys, comment, share, get this video out there. I'm serious. Pass this along. You got to have pride in what you do. I don't like working with people that don't have pride in what they're doing or who they're doing it for, because it goes back to a previous video on whiners, and I don't like working with whiners. So it's looking to shape up. Other than the rain, it's a pretty nice night out here in Odessa. So get out here, guys. Check us out. If you want to call this a recruiting video, you can, because I guess it kind of is. But get out here. If you're looking for someone in the oil field to come work for, that nice equipment, I mean, it's hard to beat that. Good running equipment, good trailers, and we got work. I mean, guys got dispatched today, go pick up chassis to run some sandbox stuff, which we don't typically do, but I mean, it just goes to show that companies, our customers are pretty much saying, you know what, we got chassis sitting here, and Brady's, that's the guy to use. They got trucks, they got guys that know what they're doing, they got guys that are safe, proficient. Let's have them go pick up our chassis and haul this sand for us. And I mean, not a lot of companies are going to do that. We are a tier one company out here. There's 3 tiers, 1, 2, and 3. And tier 1 company, there's not many of us. Pretty much what that means is we're a top dog company, man. We get paid the most to do what we're doing as a company. We got better equipment, and we're safer than everyone else. I'm not saying that we are I'm not saying we're the safest company out here. Uh, I'm saying consistently we're the safest company out here. Every company has accidents, every company has issues. I'm saying that consistently speaking, we're the safest company out here. And honestly, I mean, we look damn good doing it. So, guys, check out Brady. Hit me up on here if you got any questions. My name's Fred. I'm one of the driver trainers here at Brady. Any kind of questions, whether it be recruiting, uh, even if you guys are working for another company and you don't feel like you were trained right and you got questions about how these trailers unload, anything like that, man, hit me up. If I don't know it, there's somebody here that does. And if I can't answer it myself, I'll do a video with someone who can answer that with us. Because then it's going to be just not just you learning something. I'm going to learn something new myself, and I love to learn. So we're going to get off here for now. But YouTube, please subscribe, like, pass it on. And as always, Brady does not endorse me to do these videos. I am not paid to do these videos. I was not asked to do these videos. It's just something that I decided to do. Uh, if you decide to come to Brady, please don't use my name. Uh, it's if you want to, fine. But I don't want you. I don't need the money. That's all there is to it. Uh, you know, People that recruit other drivers tend to just do it because they want that extra money they get for putting a driver in a seat, and I don't need it. I don't think that's right. So if you decide to come down here, give Jason a call up in recruiting or one of the ladies up in recruiting, and you know, Nolan probably give you a call from down here in Odessa, and he'll get you lined out and set up. So again, Eaton Towing, thanks for the hat. Really appreciate it. And till next time, YouTube, we'll see you later.